Well, welcome to the garage for tonight's event, a conversation with Roberto Alborghetti. Roberto is an official biographer of the Pope, a visual artist, best-selling author, and award-winning journalist. There is so much to talk about, and I'm not sure I'm going to fit everything in 2 hours, but we're going to try our best. Roberto, your connection with this place is probably your connection number one is the ghost past, isn't it?
Welcome to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to be here with us, and thank you to William. The connection began in October 2014, when I visit Beeston. And so during my first visit to Nottingham and to Beeston, I was impressed by an incredible garage, the Barton garage, this place, no? I met Simon Barton, and Simon brought me in front of this ghost bus.
1956 Barton's bus, to be precise.
Yeah.
What was the first impression that you had? What were you thinking? You just walk into a garage, saw a bus, but you didn't really see the bus, didn't you?
I saw what I was finding. I saw incredible colors, incredible shapes. In this wonderful ghost bus, there were rags, dust, decomposition, and all this came as a sort of palette, came out as a sort of palette, in which we can see everything, I think. You can see skies, you can see seas, you can see rivers, flowers, landscape, everything. Because I think that the ghost bus during the travels, the trip, how to say, impressed on itself what he was traveling across, no?
The journey of the bus was written in.
Yes, it's like a photographs that remained on it during a lot of years.
In fact, quoting from your website, well, it's a quote that is actually not yours, but it says the roads never ends, only your vision does. Ready. And I guess that's what actually explains what you saw in the bus in the first place. It's not just an animated object, it's got a history, a journey. And you actually tried to tell that story, that journey through macro pictures, didn't you?
Yes, it began one day. I was walking in Milan, where I live. I live near Milan, in Bergamo, but I was in Milan that day. It was raining, and I had an umbrella. I took my umbrella away, and in front of me, I saw an incredible billboard with some posters, and the publicity posters were torn. They were torn. They were ripped, and I saw incredible things inside the composition. And so I had with me a camera, and I took some picture of these ripped posters. When I developed the film, I saw incredible things, because at that time I didn't use a digital camera. No.
I was about to say, if it's film, it must be at least 15, 20 years old.
Yes. And the first photographs I did was on the normal film, the Kodak film, I think. And so when I go to the shop and then went back home and I saw the photos I did, I was really impressed, no? Because I saw some picture for me were some expression of modernism, of cubism, or impressionism, abstractism, a lot of ism, no? And so I began to search other torn poster, and then
What year was that? What year was that?
The year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was in the 90s, at the beginning of the 90s.
So once you said the street is a free art gallery,
Yeah.
is that when you actually started to thought about that, when you've seen the first billboard? And
Yes, usually some painters, I mean Rotella or Vigle. One is an Italian artist and the other one is French. They did paintings using paper. They threw away from the billboard, no, and they put this paper on a canvas, and then put on this paper some acrylics, and they did wonderful paintings. But I think we have a gallery around us. I remember what I see every time I walk along Milano streets, for example. In every corner, I see these billboards. I stop, and if I have my camera, and I usually have my camera, I stay in front of this billboard. First, I observe, I perceive something, and then I began to take picture. Yes, some people who are passing by are laughing, no? Because they think, what are you doing? No, this is normal. And so I began to explain, but they don't understand. Till when I bring my camera, I show them what I did, and so they usually say, "Oh, yes." Oh. It's a different way to see what surrounds us. Sorry for my English. It's not so good.
I think it's great. What do you think, guys? So most of your artwork is in this little pamphlet here. Do you want to talk about any of those in particular? How did you come about, or for instance?
This is a booklet I did, I think 10 years ago, and I put here some of the thousands and thousand picture I took, and I try to to create a sort of catalog. So I begin from colors, no, and I repeat. These are not paintings, these are photographs. And so I babble because a lot of posters show us letters, words, no, like a great babble, because level after level, the poster reveals a sort of dictionary. You see a lot of words, but without a meaning. English or Italian or Arab words. I took this picture in Tunis, no, and incredible in Tunis because most of the paintings of the houses are blue, and so the blue is the main color you see in this kind of macro photo I took, because the photo reflects the color of the reality of the walls, no, of the way of the place you are. And so signs and dreams, and fuoco, fire up the earth till it becomes sun. Is a poet, Italian poet, who wrote these words. Water, and Paul Simon inspired me. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will ease your mind. So, and then
so inanimated objects actually have a different layers that you read.
Yeah.
And how many layers can you think are actually justifiable to read for instance, in a tour poster or in a bus? You see colors that becomes shapes, and sometimes they give you inspiration. You're talking about lands, also sea and fire, all elements that actually combine together that becomes an abstract painting. What is your definition of abstract painting, Roberto?
I think I can say that my aim is to turn a picture or ripped a decomposed publicity poster or natural or random cracks and scratches, industrial crevices and deteriorations into art subject. No, I love in my research investigate, analyze, and exploit the incredible dimension of decomposition and of the so-called imperfection. I think decay, degradation, and mutation of outdoor advertising, urban structures, and industrial materials, as the ghost bus, are an incredible source of art for me. So for me, abstract is the real, is the reality. It's not so abstract. It's the reality I see around me. Yes, I have to move my eyes, to move my heart, to move my emotion, to catch the right picture, to catch the right light, because not every day I can take picture of this kind of subject, because, for example, the light of the sun is not so good for me, because the sun creates another kind of color.
So all the good art comes so very often in collaboration.
Yeah.
And you did start a collaboration with a local artist as well here to create one of your films. She curated one of your soundtrack, and we should have a video playing. I can really see the screen from here. For Think of Love.
Yes.
That unfortunately has no sound, this video, but later on we're going to listen to actually Janine Barton, curated one of the soundtrack of your. So how that collaboration started? And
yes, the first time I was here, I had a look around Nottingham, and as I did this morning when we went to the Robin Hood statue, no, I saw that time a lot of things, and so I stopped myself and I took pictures, and so for me they were colors of Nottingham. I heard this wonderful song by Ginny Barton, and for me the colors of Nottingham have the right music, the right melodies, and the right rhythm, and so I did this this video. And I think Ginny helped me. Where is Ginny? I think in the part I don't remember, it's third minute. You see and we see something that I recall a duck. I think I didn't know, but it was a shape, like a Nottingham duck. But I didn't know about Nottingham duck. You have to explain if there is in history, I think, no?
Yeah.
A legend.
In Nottingham we say, "Hey up, duck," and it's just a Nottingham phrase. It's how you say hello. You say hello.
Ah, yeah. Hello.
Hey up, me duck. Ah. So it's a Nottingham thing. And
these are Beeston suggestion. I saw this kind of picture on poles. Do you know poles?
Not really, no.
Poles.
Oh, just poles, yeah.
Poles,
oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think
at the base of the poles,
can really see the picture.
There were a lot of colors that are similar to flowers, similar to blossom. And Ginny told me, I'm writing something about spring, about flowers.
No, I was asked to write it. I was asked to write this song for you by Mauricia.
Yeah.
So that was a nice commission. Thank you, Mauricia.
Yes. Because I showed them this kind of picture, no? Because they are like little flowers, blossoms. And Ginny was inspired to write this song that tell about spring, about bees, no?
I put the bees in as a reference to Beeston. It was subtle.
And the good news is that she put this song as the first one of her new record.
Track one of
the
new album. Yeah.
Of your new CD, Moments of Clarity, I think.
That's
the title.
You're doing really well. I'm liking this.
Which I'm sure we can show the actual cover if anyone has a copy. So your connection with Nottingham goes, of course, you got the Ghost last year, you got a collaboration with Janine, but you were also quite struck by the architecture of Nottingham.
Oh, yes.
What did you actually saw here? That coming from Italy?
First of all, the red bricks. Because also in Italy we have a lot of towns and villages built with red bricks. And so red is one of my favorite colors, because it's strong colors. And I was impressed by the structure of the city of Nottingham, by the history, because it's an history that tells us about textiles in the industry, about lace market, about workers, about this kind of subject that are similar to the area where I live, because near Milan, near Bergamo, near Lake of Como Lake, we had a lot of example of textile industry. And the incredible is that a lot of Englishmen came to Italy to work on this kind of pattern of buildings, of architecture. And also in Bergamo, we have a little village built by some English architects where workers lived with a philosophy of incredible. So there are some links, some how to say, connection, no? And the red bricks are, I think, today a symbol of a great history, a symbol of a city which grew in the last century, and the brick also is a symbol of the human work.
I personally recognize the red bricks also in the area of Tuscany,
Yeah.
especially in
Siena.
In Siena, exactly.
Yes.
And in fact, going back to the Ghost Bus, I know that the Ghost Bus went on a little tour.
Yeah.
And you had some story to tell about the Tuscan Riders, I suppose.
Ah, yeah, there are some Tuscan Riders. I see Christopher, I see Oksana, no, Gail,
No,
Marija, Marija.
nobody knows about
They
them.
are outside, I think.
They'll go.
No, Christopher. He took part.
So nobody knows about the story of the Tuscany Riders. Would you like to enlighten us?
Because I had on Mount Amiata, I was there for the premiere of the video of the Ghost Bus for the first time in Tuscany in October 2015. And so Marija promoted a group with I think 10 people, 10, 12 people, no? Christopher?
8.
Eight. Okay, yeah, 8. 8. And they came upon the mount. They stayed there after a long tour in Florence, in Siena, and on Radicofani, no? And then participated to the premiere, Italian premiere. Christopher.
With Matrani's Volcano Dress.
Yes, and we have also the presentation of the Volcano Dress.
Volcano Dress that we haven't talked about yet, so probably
No.
nobody actually knows exactly what it is.
No.
So the Volcano Dress, it's...
Yes, we showed the Volcano Dress only in that occasion when Tuscany Riders came for the Ghost Bus premiere.
So we probably need to explain what the Volcano Dress is here, because I'm not sure how many people are familiar with it.
But I think it's better first to see the video, because one frame of this video,
It says more than 1,000 words.
yes, I used this one of the picture of the video. The dress was made by Yarden Mitrani. He's a fashion designer. I met him in Florence, and I talked with him to make something unusual, no? And so he saw the Ghost Bus film, and so we decided to select one picture. This picture was worked in a particular way, and with this picture, and this picture were printed on a textile.
So you created a pattern
Yes.
with the pictures of taken
And
from
the
the
Yarden
Ghost Bus.
cut the dress, and this video show the dress with the top model Ginevra Bertolani. And so this is a story of the dress. I wrote a story, a novel, about this sad princess that who one day see a big fire in the castle. She lived alone in this big castle, in this great manor, no? And one day a great fire, how to say, came out of the walls. And so she was taken, yes.
And the video is still playing, I suppose.
Yes.
So Volcano Dress, it's basically is one of the first example how a bus left for 50 years, discovered by you, then it becomes a picture, that becomes an abstract art. Now the abstract art is becoming a pattern of a dress. We keep digging in layers of use of the same objects. Is there an end to how many how many layers of meanings we can give to something.
Yeah, so I think I think my sense of the sense of my work is to have another point of view of what we called decomposition or imperfection. We can see a lot of things. No, they are similar when you use a microscope. No, and you see something in your body or inside your body, viruses, bacteria. No. And this you can see outside of us, along the streets, along the roads. I think it's impressive the process of rags, because every day rags are living. It's incredible. I took photographs of the same rags along a month. In a month, you can see a process of transformation. It's incredible because there you can do a lot of paintings. When I saw some paintings of modern artists, I say, I think the great artists find inspiration in this kind of subjects, in the reality.
So you obviously developed the macro photography in the last few years. Would you be interested in microscopic photography as well?
But I think it's quite difficult to do this because I love to do macro. Micro is another maybe in the future. But I love to see what some doctors when they examine at the microscope some part of your body. No, you can see a word. In the little you can see the great. In the little you can see a great word. This is my concept. No?
So you keep coming back to Beeston quite a lot, and last year amongst the ghost bust people, there was also one of the Tuscany Riders that unfortunately passed away only a few months ago, yeah. Celia. And would you like to say a couple of words about it?
Yeah, Celia was with us every time. Also the first time at the premiere of the Ghost Bus was with us here. I met Celia also in Tuscany, in Mount Amiata. I met also Celia last year in March when we presented the Land Rover mapping, and the photo Karen put on the flyer is showing us Celia. Her smile. She was an incredible person. We had a lot of nice conversation about art because she was a fantastic photographer too. And so when we met, we had a lot of subject of discussion about the way to take picture, about what she liked to photograph, and so I was devastated when I heard that he passed by. She passed by, and I think you can say something. Marija, where are you? Because we
I'm
have.
Here. I'm here.
Yes, yeah. About Celia, we lived all these experiences about the Ghost Bus with her, and so.
Yeah, she was always there from the start with Linda when they came here for the premiere of the Ghost Bus, and it was such a magical night, and the friendships that were formed that particular night were very, very strong and developed as a result of that evening, really, and making the ACT tour so many months later in October and bringing everybody together for that week and to the premiere, and it just continued from there. So Celia always was there together with Chris and Oksana and Gail and Leonie. So it's, and you know, she became president of the Beeston Camera Club, and I think was leading it for quite a few years. Also a very clever lady and intrepid adventurer, you know, used to travel all over the place. But a very clever marketing lady and always smiling. So I think we remember her very, very well.
A little hero in this community. And talk about hero born in Nottingham. Probably the first thing that comes in everyone's mind is Robin Hood, really.
Ah, yeah.
Sorry about the jump in conversation there. Robin Hood, it's one of your heroes, I heard as well. Who do you think is the new Robin Hood? Is he, is a she, what he does?
I think I don't. It's difficult for me to say who is the new Robin Hood today, because I don't see so much people who try to do some positive rebellion, no? I think also in Italy I don't see anyone who can be classified, no, as Robin Hood, the new Robin Hood. In the world, maybe. I think, for me, one of the Robin Hood today.
I was about to say that you probably met already.
Yes, but I think is a girl.
Okay.
Is a student
called Greta.
Greta, yes, because she has the courage to say to the world something important today. We have to love our planet. We have to push our leaders to think about the change of the climate, no? And she had the power to involve a lot of students, thousands and thousands. Also in Italy, I was in Turin some weeks ago. It was incredible to see thousands of students in a square, in the big square of Turin, launching some SOS, about the climate. But yes, Robin Hood for me is the symbol not only of the rebellion, but the courage. If you have something to say, you have to say it. You have to scream, no?
Absolutely. So, well, after the break, we're probably going to talk about one rebel you know probably better than anybody else, and not to mention that Roberto is probably best known as the biographer of the Pope, Francesco. You wrote, 6 books about him now? But this is going to be after the break. you didn't just took a picture of a bus, but also of a Land Rover.
Because we have here some parts of the Land Rover. No? This is a piece of art. No, Pam? Where is Pam? Pam Miller. This is a piece of art, no? What you say? You are a painter. You are an incredible painter.
Abstract
Yes.
expressionist.
So you can see here maps.
Thank you.
You can see landscape, the world.
I must admit,
no?
when I saw your film, Land Rover mapping, wasn't it? With all the projections, all the colours, and all the music, and all the quotes from Keats and people like that. I was really, really moved. Almost made me cry, actually. It was a very emotional experience, as I said, because I wrote about it. Do you remember? I did a bit of a
So we'll see.
review, yeah. So, it's the fact that you captured so many different things like skies, seas, oceans, you just said that. But sort of various lands as well. Not just one, and it took me back to Africa as well, and that's what moved me more than anything, because I lived in Africa for a while.
So, were you actually playing also with words, considering it's a Land Rover, you were mapping the land?
Sorry.
Playing with words, were you mapping the land of the Rover?
Rover, yes, because in the same day I saw the bus, the old bus. Simon showed me also this Land Rover, and Marija was saying me, come, we go. We have to go out of the garage. We have to go to see the creative corner. We have to go to eat something. But Marija, please. First, I have to admire this Land Rover. I don't remember the year of construction. Simon, the Land Rover.
1955.
1955. So he has a long story, no? And this Land Rover, is another was another subject to do something, and I imagine a video mainly focused on colors, because the incredible colors. They are mixing, for example, yellow with gray, and yellow and gray, they goes very well together, and then brown and green. So I worked on colors as emotions, on black and white, or the other parts, no? And so the video is a sort of trip through the colors with music. One day with Marija, we went along Candleside. Also with Christopher. Do you remember Christopher? Yes. And so during the walk, I took some pictures, and I put them in this video. No.
In this case, is there any question from the audience for the first part of the evening? Or we can just go straight to the interval. And do not go away, because we're going to talk about Pope Francis and social medias and children. So a lot to talk about with Francesco Alborghetti.